A local business is on a mission to make a difference in the community. A few months ago, we told you about Lifeline Connect, a faith-based recovery center for men in Urbana.
And now they're taking their mission on the road from coast to coast. Bill Yakel with Land's Heating and Cooling Service, the manager there, he joins us with a little bit more. Welcome.
Thank you, Heather.
So Lifeline Connect, let's kind of remind everybody what the mission is behind this organization.
Yeah, the mission is they have a saying, and that goes, there's no such thing as a lost cause, right? And with the opioid problem across the country, with drugs and alcohol, it's a huge, huge problem. So there's this company right here, this faith-based organization in our own community. They have a facility for 6 men, and they help guys rebuild their lives.
Are they finding an increase in the number of people who have opioid issues?
Yeah, it's a great question, Matt, and the answer is yes. They're taking people from all over the country. They get referred. You know, somebody is homeless. Somebody has nowhere else to turn. You know, mothers are calling. Wives are calling. And, you know, I have nowhere else to turn. What can we do? And so as we hired our first one from Lifeline Connect 4 years ago, our first employee. He's still with us. He's an awesome guy, a top technician. He came to us from South Carolina. And so that's how we got involved with Lifeline Connect. But what we have found is that there's been such a need. That's why we're trying to help them raise funds so we can go from a 6-person dorm to a 24-person dorm.
Wow.
That's tremendous.
And why did Land's Heating and Cooling see, you know, this need and want to get involved?
You know, I think it was through our affiliation with our first technician that we hired there. We saw that he had, you know, he was just a man of integrity, very humble, very grateful, very hardworking. And so we started to learn through him. And the more we talked to him, then we hired another guy and then another. And then through that affiliation, we got to know some of the staff out there. And we learned that they wanted to build this dorm. And we said, you know what, I think we can help you with that.
And that's what's really cool, too, is you're investing in people. You come to recognize that just because somebody has this addiction issue doesn't mean that they can't be fully productive, that they can't be contributing members, that they can't do amazing things in the world.
These are men of talent. And in the case of the first technician we hired, he fell off a scaffolding, right, and injured his back. And next thing you know, some pain medication, and the next thing you know, and you know, that could be any one of us. And we all have family members. We all have someone in our family or know somebody who has been affected directly or indirectly by addiction, by recovery. And so, you know, it was really easy for us to reach back and join Lifeline Connect and try to help them make this dorm happen.
And it's great that you're encouraging people to have this conversation, too, because, you know, my grandfather had an issue 25 years ago, and before this stuff was actually recognized as being a thing.
Right.
And so when you recognize it and you talk about it, and then you get these great groups that are involved, and good things come of this.
And Matt, for me, it was about learning, you know, there's different types of addictions. Some people are workaholics. We all have something that we're going through. And so the recovery tools that are taught to these guys are tools that can help anybody. It's coping. How do we deal with things that are disappointments, frustrations? And, you know, in our business, whether it's air conditioning or drain cleaning, we talk about what's the root cause. How do we get to the root cause to fix something? Lifeline Connect is getting to the root cause of what the problem is for these men. And by the way, there's wives attached to that. There's families, there's daughters attached to that. At the banquet a couple months ago, you know, we had wives speak. We had children speak. And so we heard from a child's perspective how addiction and recovery affects the entire family.
Well, yeah, and look at how much money you raised at the banquet last fall, because it's going to take quite a few funds to you know, increase the space.
We raised $134,000.
Wow.
I believe 520 is the goal. They're at 390, and so the bike ride is next. I'm not a motorcyclist, but May 27th through May 31st is when Coast to Coast. They're starting in Los Angeles, California. Biking all the way across to Washington, D.C. over 5 days. And so they're looking for people, bike groups, bike clubs. Anyone can join any leg of the trip. It's about 535 miles a day, and all you have to do is go to lifelineconnect.org. You can sign up. We just ask that anyone who rides helps raise some funds. And their goal on the coast to coast is to raise an additional $100,000, all going toward the dorm project, which means we're getting really, really close to breaking ground.
Yeah.
And Bill, real quick, I want to mention the fact that you're looking for material and labor donations. How can people help?
They can go to lifelineconnect.org. They can call Brenda Rogers. I know you've got the phone number there. They can call Lifeline Connect. We have links to our website at Lands. Just call, get involved. It's a great cause, and we're glad to be affiliated with it.
Well, thank you for sharing
yes.
it with us.
Tell Troy hi for us.
Will do.